Hey guys, so I think that's customary to say since my kid says it all the time. But I just wanted to show you that I have got this Naze 32 paired to my Taranis here, and it's built onto my thorax. So we've calibrated the D8R, plugged it in all the correct wiring into the Naze 32, and we also have every one of our ESCs plugged in to the Naze 32 as well. They're 15 amp Simon K, and then we have our motors mounted, which is on the wrong position because this one actually is turning the wrong way, and so it's not really turning the wrong way, but it's turning the wrong way for what we want it to turn, and it's causing these to rotate off. So I have to move this silver to this black to this silver to this black, and then make sure they spin the right way, and then unplug each of these, one of these wires here, and change it, and it should spin the opposite direction. So as far as I can tell, this thing is all hooked up. Now I'm going to show you that in clean flight that the mags and everything are working. Actually, we don't have a mag, but we have the barometers working. We don't have that either. We have the accelerometer and the gyro, and those are working. You can see I'm messing with it. It's moving. So we're all good. Now, the hard part that we couldn't figure out, so we went and we flashed the receiver and we set up all the pins.
30 seconds.
Yeah, okay. So 30 seconds to fly. So we set up all the pins and
20 seconds.
We tried to flash it to PPM, but we couldn't. So now we were forced to do the configuration on
10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5.
On the
4,
parallel PWM.
3,
So we
2,
have to have
1,
lines
0.
coming out of every one of the Naze 32 into our receiver, which is the FreeSky D8R-I Plus. So anyway, just to show you people that maybe might not know what the heck they're doing, we couldn't get this thing to arm. I could get it to power the motors in clean flight by clicking motors and clicking I understand the risks, and or maybe not. I don't know. It probably won't let me do that all the time. So let me disarm it. So I'm gonna push it over here, and now it starts blinking. So it's disarmed. So now I think I can click that. Yeah, and I can show you all the motors are working. So we did that, no problem. Now, if I rearm it, which is moving this, and I'll just show you the position that's going on. So to arm, you have to throw the throttle all the way down. It has to be below 1100 or it won't pair. Ours is at 989, so that's fine. I set it to 1000. The yaw has to go above 2000. So your throttle has to be below 1000 and the yaw has to be at 2000. So that's at the bottom right? And so you release that, and now you're paired. You got a green light. If you want to unpair it, your throttle has to stay at 989, but your yaw has to go below 1000. And so that's just in the lower left, and now you can see that thing is blinking. So you're disarmed. So we're going to arm it. All right, it's armed. Now everything I can control from the remote. All the motors are spinning. Every one of these 6 motors are spinning, and I can make them spin fast or slow. I can also get the motors in the front to spin by themselves, right? So that would be the pitch, and they would pitch forward. So those would spin fast and cause it to go forward, and these in the other direction would spin fast and cause it to wait. To the left is the front, and to the right is the rear motors. And we can do this. Now they're all moving, but if I move this to the left, these move faster. So to the right, only the motors on the right side are spinning. To the left, only motors on the left side are spinning. Now all motors are spinning. Left side spinning only. Right side spinning only. All motors faster or slower. And then we have motors spinning in the front. So back and front. And you can see in clean flight everything works.
Transmitter battery low.
I'm dang it. I just disarmed it.
Transmitter battery low. Transmitter battery low.
Alright. So, and then I have a switch.
Transmitter battery low.
Where I can.
Transmitter battery low.
So we're all good. Everything's set up.
Transmitter battery low.
And I'm going to turn the transmitter off, but I want to go through clean flight just to make sure that I have everything set up correctly and I don't change anything. So for ports, for setup, we've already set it up. We've calibrated the accelerometer and we can reset the 0 axis. So I've already done that. I don't need to touch anything there. Under ports, we have this one checked, right? It has disabled and auto. A lot of people had free sky on there, but that doesn't really seem to affect us. We don't have a GPS. We don't have a video signal yet, but we're going to add that. And we may add telemetry. I don't know if that's going to affect anything or not, but maybe I want to change that to free sky, but I just want to use the baseline right here. So we got hex X, 0 on that, minus 10 on this one. And then here's our values. Minimum throttle 1100, mid throttle 15, max is 1850, minimum command is 900. We didn't select any of this stuff because we didn't really care about our fingers. And I'm just going to scroll down. So we put the VBAT enabled. This is the voltages we have in here. So we can pause it on that and see. And then on this side, we have RX parallel set up. This didn't matter because we didn't select the serial. So it doesn't matter what that's on. This is not enabled and that is not enabled. So, and then further down, we have no GPS, so the GPS is not enabled. And this one, the only thing that we enabled was telemetry on it, the telemetry output. So you could save and reboot that, but I don't have to because I didn't change anything. Okay, so let's go to PID tuning. We didn't change anything on this, but I will give you this. I'm just going to copy the settings just in case something happens. So just go across the board. Hopefully you can read that. And then the receiver, we can see all of our things are correct. And we have to set up 3 more auxiliary channels, which we can do. But we're not going to do that yet. And everything works great. And I just gave you a demo of all the motors. Modes, we didn't do anything with that. Adjustments, we set it up, but we didn't really elect to use them. GPS, nothing. Motors. So you can't click this if your board is in paired. So if you want to turn this off and unpair it, which you can.
Welcome to OpenTX. Throttle warning. Switch warning.
You can
Low battery.
unpair it, and now it's blinking. And now you can go in here and you can click and test your motors, but you can't test your motors while it's armed, when it's blinking. Now I'm going to arm it. Now it's not blinking, and you can see this is no longer an option. You no longer can test your motors there, but you can through your actual radio. So the LED strips we haven't put on yet, sensors. So we just have a gyroscope and an accelerometer because we're using the Afro flight. But we also bought the full board so we can hook these up later. And we did that because we wanted to be able to use GPS. Here's the logging data flash we didn't use. And we didn't use the CLI interface, although you can type in things because most of these already have switches in it that you don't really need to do CLI. Like you could type in command lines like old DOS code, or you can actually just switch them or do it from drawdown menus. So anyway, that's pretty much it. That's where we're at now. I think our next step is that we want to add a video to this, and then we're going to resolder our Naze full, and then add a GPS, and then an on-screen display, and then we're going to be able to set waypoints on the GPS, and then hopefully we won't lose our quad, because that's our biggest concern, is that it will fly out of range and we'll never find it again. And so you just, lost your $1,000 machine. So that's it. It's a long video, but I just thought I would mostly just show this to my friend who's helping me build this. So peace out, Rob.